Congratulations on the purchase of your all-new Hobie Mirage Lynx, and welcome to our quick start video. In this video, we're going to walk you through some quick setup tips to help you get on the water quickly. When you receive your Lynx, you're going to notice that it comes in two packages. One is the wrapped hull, and the second is the small part rig kit box. Let's go ahead and start with the assembly on the hull. So when you look in the drive well area of your hull, you're going to notice that there are two handles in this area. To install these handles, you're going to want to put the bow one around this steel pin up here by lacing the line underneath and then feeding the handle through and then pulling it tight. You're also going to want to do this same assembly with the other handle around the D-ring on the rudder mount. Let's go ahead and go through all the components in your small parts box. We have the rudder assembly, a cup holder, the seat, the MirageDrive base and the cranks separately, and a two-part paddle. Let's go ahead and walk through the assembly of the MirageDrive. So you'll notice here we have three parts. We have the main drive assembly, and then we have a left and right pedal. So to install the pedals, you're going to want to remove the bolt. And then you're going to want to install the left pedal on the left side. And the way that you can notice that is that you have the shift levers here, and then this is the orientation of the pedal. It's going to be facing like that. So you depress the button at the top, and then slide the crank into the assembly until the hole lines up here. Once the hole lines up, you place the bolt in and then thread it in. Make sure to tighten the bolt up enough so it doesn't wobble, but also not too tight that you can't adjust the crank. You can adjust the crank by depressing the button at the top and then moving it back and forth. You're going to want to repeat the crank installation process on the other side by again removing the bolt. And in this case, putting the right pedal on the right side of the drive by depressing the button at the top and sliding the crank in until the hole lines up, and then inserting the bolt. Your pre-assembly is all set, and now we're ready to get you on the water. Let's get the seat attached. To start with, you're going to want to make sure that the side straps are attached to the webbing loop on the bottom of the seat. Once both sides are attached, you're going to go ahead and mount the back bar to the mounts on the hull. To lock it in, just give it a little push down. Once it's locked in, you're going to stretch the bungees over the seat frame. Now in the front of the seat, you're going to want to make sure that your kickstand is all the way forward. And then you attach your forward straps to the leash plugs that are molded into the board. Once they're clipped, tighten up the webbing. So for your MirageDrive installation, you're going to want to look towards the center of the well. If your cassette plug is already inside there, you're going to want to remove that. You do that by pulling back on the two levers and pulling straight up on the cassette plug. This is used for if you want to paddle the kayak, that it displaces the water so it isn't surging up through the well. To install the drive, make sure that this pulley is facing forward and lower the drive straight down. Checking to make sure that both of these levers are forward in the locked position. Again, to remove the drive, pull back on both levers and lift the drive straight up. So once your drive is installed and you're on the water, you're going to want to adjust the pedals for your size. To do this, you depress the button at the top and then move the crank into the proper position. The way to tell if that you have the right adjustment is to have one foot is all the way forward and the fins are against the bottom of the hull. Your knee should be slightly bent, not fully straight and locked out. To shift your drive into reverse, you're going to want to pull on the red ring on your drive. To go back into forward, pull on the green ring. For optimal shift performance, it's best to have both pedals straight up and your feet together as shown here. To install the rudder system, we're going to go ahead and move to the back of the boat. You want to take your rudder and slide it down the rear gudgeon, making sure that the pin is locked in. Now take your rudder up-down line and then clip this to the pad eye on the back of the seat. Your steering handle can be mounted on the left or right-hand side of your seat. I personally prefer it on the left-hand side, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So in order to use the rudder, I'm going to show you some of the features of it. To go up and down, you're going to want to grab the black handle and give it a quick pull up, and the rudder will go down. To raise it back up, once again, give it a quick pull up and allow it to come up. Once the rudder is in the down position and you're on the water, you can steer the boat using the steering handle you mounted to your seat. On the other side of the seat, you can use the provided seat mount to attach your cup holder. To remove the rudder system from the hull, start by taking off the handle, pull down on the red button, and slide the handle back. Then detach the hook that's attached to your seat. And then at the rudder, pull the pin and lift the rudder assembly up. And now it's removed for transport. To put your paddle together and slide the ferrules together, depress the button, and then turn it till it locks. You may also adjust the paddle to have more feather. To store the paddle on your Lynx, you're going to want to lay it down on the right-hand side of the boat and use the bungee and ball to leash it to the side. Thank you for joining us for the Hobie Mirage Lynx Quick Start video. Please join us online at Hobie.com for the latest fishing accessories and rec accessories for your Hobie Mirage Lynx. We have a wide variety of items from sail kits to biminis to a plethora of fishing accessories. We'll see you on the water.